This is KGW News at 11.
I just came around the corner. I'm like, is that house burned? You can see through it.
Oh my God. The fire took everything.
I'm devastated. I'm heartbroken. I'm alone. I'm scared.
23 people are dead in Northern California trying to escape from the most destructive wildfire in the state's history. An entire town is gone. Animals and many celebrities in Southern California are evacuated. Winds are pushing those flames faster than thousands of firefighters can handle. Hello, everyone. I'm Nina Melhoff. Thank you for joining us. 3 massive wildfires are burning out of control in California right now. Thousands of homes have burned down, even well-known movie sets, and dozens of people are missing. KGW's Art Edwards has been following the developments. He joins us now with the latest. Art.
You know, those fires are raging in both Southern and Northern California right now, so massive that help to fight the flames is coming from other places, including the Pacific Northwest.
Flames are running wild in California. The town of Paradise in Northern California near Sacramento nearly wiped off the map.
Paradise is gone.
The Camp Fire is now the most destructive wildfire in California's history.
Oh my God. The fire took everything.
A television station in San Francisco reports that Pacific Gas and Electric officials said the utility experienced problems on transmission lines minutes before the massive Camp Fire in Butte County erupted. There is still no official word on how that fire started. In Southern California, flames also causing massive destruction.
I just came around the corner. I'm like, is that house burned? You can see through it.
A report from a public broadcasting station in San Francisco says the utility company Southern California Edison has told state regulators that there was an outage tied to one of its substations 2 minutes before the Woolsey fire is believed to have started in Ventura County. Thousands of firefighters are working around the clock to fight the flames. Fire strike teams from Oregon and Washington are now on the fire lines. 22 firefighters from the Portland area are there. More firefighters left from Washington today. They've been fighting what has so far been a losing battle against the flames that are raging out of control.
Tonight, California remains on high alert because of those fires. Communities ravaged by fire are shaken, but they say they are not broken. Nina, back to you.
They have gone through a lot this week. Art, thank you. And we have an update on a local man's search to find his family lost amid one of those fires. It turns out Jeff Jones's mom and other relatives are safe and together. Jones, who lives in St. Helens, is relieved. But now he's scrambling again because, as we've seen before, widespread fires like these make every aspect of life so much harder. Here's KGW's Maggie Vespa.
Good evening. Minutes after our story aired last night on Jeff Jones's desperate search, we got a message into our KGW Facebook page from a distant relative of Jones. She said everyone in our story was alive and together. And then Jones learned there was more.
Everybody was located and they are in the same home presently right now in Chico, California.
Relief, first and foremost, in Jeff Jones's voice. The St. Helens man spent nearly 24 hours searching for loved ones living in Paradise and Chico, some of the most fire-ravaged parts of California. Last night, an update. His foster mother, Cheryl Foy, her sister and brother-in-law, and her 2 sons got out alive. Turns out they had started paying attention to the fire early.
They, in turn, made the decision quickly to get out without having to rush for their lives.
Then Jones learned something else. In the days leading up to that fire, he says his foster mother, whom he considers family, had what appears to be multiple strokes. She was hospitalized, treated, and sent home all before evacuating. Days later, that home may be burned to the ground. They don't know. For now, Jones is trying to focus on what's not lost.
The most important thing is knowing where your loved ones are and the status of their lives.
Now, in case you're wondering, we spoke to Jones via phone because today he was on the road linking up with families so they can help work together and figure out things like housing, healthcare, insurance, all for his foster mother. And he says as soon as he knows it's safe, he'll then drive straight to California to help her in person. In the meantime, the Red Cross says anyone looking for loved ones in a disaster like this should go to this website. That's the page right there. The URL is redcross.org/safe-and-well. In the newsroom, I'm Maggie Vespa, KGW News.
Other news tonight, Oregon State University is on alert this weekend after someone left a note threatening to set off a bomb. Yesterday, school officials found a note written on the wall of the bathroom in the Beth Ray Center for Academic Support. It threatened to set off a bomb at the school on Sunday. The campus remains open, but the Beth Ray Center is closed until further notice. No one has been arrested, and Oregon State Police and campus police are also on extra patrols.
We take threats such as this very seriously. We live in an awkward time in the world. So we have informed our entire campus community by both email and text alerts, and we've asked folks to remain on alert.
School officials are asking students and visitors to keep an eye out for anything that might seem odd, like unattended bags or packages or anyone acting out of the ordinary on campus. When neighbors spotted smoke at a Northeast Portland apartment complex today, they helped get people out safely. A neighbor shot this cell phone video showing that smoke pouring out of the roof. Everyone is okay at Northeast 118th and Halsey. You can see where firefighters had to cut a hole in the roof to vent out some of the smoke. They say it was an electrical fire that started in the attic space of one of the units.
Yeah, a couple of us were going over there. You know, we saw there was a cat in one of the windows, so Tony tried pulling the screen out, and I grabbed the ratchet in case we had to smash a window to save a cat, but fortunately it didn't come to that. So.
One person has been forced out of their home and is now staying with friends. Police arrested 3 men in connection with a booby trap strung across a path in Southeast Portland. Investigators say Justin Jones, Antonio Tolman Duran, and Dakota Murphy tied a string across a bike path near Division and the 205 freeway yesterday. A bicyclist was hurt when she ran into it. 3 men now face several charges. Police say if you see a hazardous condition on any of the multi-use paths, call park rangers. If there is an immediate threat, call 911. Today was all about healing and celebrating the long life of a beloved Portland great-grandmother. Family and friends of 89-year-old Marcine Herink filled up Crossroads Church in Northeast Portland for a memorial. Her death in September has angered and disgusted many people. A mentally disturbed man and level 3 sex offender, Timothy Mackley, is charged with kidnapping Marcine from her home, torturing and killing her. He met her at the nonprofit she volunteered at and followed her home. Today, Marcine's kindness and love were what brought people together. They sang, hugged, and shared stories of the great-grandmother they called Nana.
Nana exemplified that people, friends, or even a stranger needs to be valued and loved. Over the last couple of months, we have learned just how many lives she impacted with her kind smile and caring, warm demeanor, and how very much she will be missed by many.
That murder suspect, Timothy Mackley, has pleaded not guilty to all charges. He is in the Multnomah County Jail with no bail.